some whispering, some quiet chat. Nothing particularly interesting, but I thought maybe I could tell you a little bit about the things that I do if I'm feeling worried. Now, anxiety and worrying are far more talked about these days than they were when I was a teenager in the 1980s, and even before that, when I was in junior school. I have always been a worrier, mostly worried about getting into trouble in school, or saying or doing things that might have upset people. And when I was older, I worked as a nurse, and I used to worry when I finished my shift. I would worry in case I had made any mistakes in work, and I would worry about what I had done that day and if I had done anything wrong. And back then, there wasn't much talk about managing anxiety, or as I used to call it, worrying. And now we've got things like mindfulness, meditation, and I do like meditation, and I have found that very helpful in later life. But a long time ago, there wasn't anything like that. And so, what I used to do to help manage my worrying when I went to bed at night, if those worrying thoughts were spiraling round my head and I couldn't get to sleep, I used to imagine that I was on a sort of a game show, and I was in an armchair, and I could almost visualize myself sitting on this armchair, and there would be a panel of maybe 4 people in front of me, and they might be celebrities or pop stars or generally wise people that I knew, maybe a head teacher, something like that, or a particularly nice teacher in school. And I would imagine I was on my armchair and the spotlight was on me, and the game show host would introduce me and say, "Please tell the panel what you are worrying about tonight." So I would put into words whatever it was that I was worried about. And then I would almost feel better for these people would give me very sensible advice, because usually the things we worry about don't actually ever happen. Our brains tend to imagine the worst case scenario. I'm not a trained psychotherapist, by the way, as you've probably guessed. I'm just telling you what I have done to help with my worrying. So that was one way. It kind of put my worries into perspective, made them feel shared, and you know what they say, a problem shared is a problem halved. Well, that was something the 10-year-old me used to do for worry. Nowadays, if I wake up in the night, it's usually that awful time, maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and there might be a thought in my head that I didn't even realize I was worried about. It might be something about my family, or something I need to do in the house, and then I start overthinking. And at night, of course, everything feels worse, doesn't it? When it's dark and the house is very quiet and everyone is fast asleep. So that is a reason I like ASMR, because I switch on one of my favourite ASMR channels, and it might be someone talking quietly or whispering or tapping, and well, I find it relaxing. It stops my brain from spiraling down the worry or the pointless overthinking. And I tend to use a few methods to help manage my worrying or anxiety. So these days, it's ASMR videos. But another thing I do, and have done for many, many years, I do visualizations. Now, if this is something you are interested in, there is a lot of information out there, in books, in the library, online. So this isn't professional advice, just simply telling you the unusual ways I have found to relax and get myself off to sleep. Well, it's visualization, and I have done the same, acting out of a scenario for decades before I read books on visualization. So, out of interest, I'll tell you how my visualization goes. see ahead of me a particular tree, and it is a very old tree, and it's got a huge trunk, and something makes me run towards this tree, and the something, whatever it is behind me, is getting closer. So I start to run towards this tree, and I don't know why, but something makes me run to this tree. And when I eventually get up to the tree, I realize that there is a little hole in its trunk, and it's just enough for me to climb in. And this is where my imagination becomes a little bit magical, because when I crouch down into the little hole in the trunk of the tree, the space inside magically gets bigger, and the inside of the tree is like a wooden cabin. And when I look around, the hole that I climbed into isn't there any longer, it's gone. And whatever was chasing me can't get me anymore, because I am safe inside my wise old tree. Is warm and dry and cozy, and somehow it's lit up. I don't know how. And there are almost little steps up the side of this room. And when I go up my steps, I can almost step outside into the woods, but I'm high up, so I am safe. And I come across in the branch a soft bed lined with feathers and moss and dry leaves, and I lie down in this most soft bed, and the branch sways ever so gently, and I am safe, and I am warm. And usually by the time I've imagined this, I'm asleep, so I can't tell you what happens next. But maybe you could imagine a different scenario for yourself. But I find that helps, and I find repeating the same visualization